Today I've got the powerhouse, the man smashing the skins for Melbourne's rock and roll wrecking crew, Ablaze. They've just dropped their brand new record, Sink Your Teeth In, and it's a fistful of riffs straight to the jaw. They're about to embark on a massive 17-date European tour starting in Belgium, and I'm talking to the one and only Dan Mangano. Let's get into it. Dan, how are you, mate?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me.
No, not a problem. I'm excited to have you on. I am actually loving the new album, but I've been singing some of these songs for a while now. Did you guys record everything in one hit, or was this like slowly recording to put stuff out? Because I know I've been singing along to a few of these for just a little while, particularly Old Scratch. I know came out, was it 12 months ago?
Oh, if not longer. Yeah, no, this we couldn't file ourselves away in a studio for 4 or 6 weeks or whatever we did with the last one, because we're all a little bit older and we've got other things going on that we can't get away from for that long. So yeah, I think we recorded the first 4 songs would have been like, honestly, I reckon it would have been maybe the beginning of 2023.
Wow.
Because I reckon Gasoline and then Old Scratch both would have come out in maybe 2023.
Yeah.
And yeah, we recorded the first 4, which would have been Gasoline, Old Scratch, Different Kind of Nightmare, and Menace for the Medicine.
Okay.
All in that go. And we're still at the stage where we're putting the final touches on the other 4. And yeah, went in and started recording the rest of those. Would have been probably mid last year, I reckon, mid to late last year, and kind of we bum rushed through Next Train Out because we knew that was going to be a single. And we were pretty much ready to put the bow on it. And then at the last kind of minute at the end of last year, we went, you know what? Let's do a Christmas song.
Hey, yeah.
So we delayed everything a little bit by throwing that spanner in the works. But yeah, I think we would have finished recording everything maybe around February this year.
Beautiful.
The final little touches on it.
So were you always intending to have an album, or was it going to be like just singles at first or an EP and then it kind of developed into an album, or?
We kind of wanted the best of both worlds when it came to the wanting an album. And obviously rock fans want an album. They love an album. Yeah. I love an album. I still love finding a piece of music that you listen to start to finish and it makes sense in the order that it's there.
Yes.
I like the art of it a lot. And so, you know, even like our track listing has a lot of thought and conversation that goes into what's going where. But the market these days is single. So we wanted to try, whether it worked or not, we were going to go, well, look, our last album, things were, you know, that came out towards the end of 2018, and the whole kind of world of it was shifting from that whole, you want albums, you want big releases and stuff, towards this single thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, we released our first single off that in about July, and then the album came out in October. And then we did other singles off of it towards, you know, throughout the next year. But once they were out, they were out. So all it basically was here's a music video, we're going on tour. And it worked. But nowadays, once the song's out, the song's out. So whether it comes out as part of a big block of music or whether it's coming out as the individual single affects how far it goes. So we always intended on having at least 4 singles off of an 8-song album. We ended up with 6 and a bonus track. But yeah, we didn't want it to be over this long a period of time. I think the original plan was to, you know, release a single every 2 to 3 months in the build up and then drop the whole album. But things just took time. We had opportunities come up. I mean, we were umming and ahhing about one of the singles, and then we got offered the Glamfest lineup at the beginning of last year and went, well, this is the glammiest song we've got, bugger it, let's go and release Different Kind of Nightmare. And yeah, it's worked out pretty well because we've got an album that's come out. It's already got tens of thousands of streams. And it's just about to hit 100,000 streams. And we've managed to, I don't want to say get our money's worth out of every song, but given how much this stuff costs and how much time it takes, we're not in a position to drop 3/4 of an album in album tracks. We wanted to get as much out of it as possible. And, you know, when it came down to it, we released the whole album and there was 3 songs on it that people hadn't heard yet. People were stoked. 2 of them are the most listened to songs on all of our streaming at the moment. So people have, and the other one is 6-minute song, so it was never going to be in a lot of playlists. But first of all, that one's for us. I don't care. I love that song. But also, it just means that, yeah, we could really allow these songs to make as much impact as possible individually. And then for the people with a more old school, a bit more of a purist mindset of it has to be that block, that individual thing, it catered to that as well.
No, that's beautiful. I mean, I'm from that generation. I'm in my mid-40s. And so for me, I grew up buying records. And then, buying cassette tapes and CDs and all that sort of stuff as well. But I grew up in a house full of records. And so I understand that, wanting to, that package, being able to listen to something start to finish. But we are living in the Spotify generation now where singles are so important. So I'm in the same mind as you. That's the way to go, I think. Putting out single, and then leading up to an album drop with a couple of extra songs that people haven't heard. It keeps that momentum going. It keeps people interested. It's all good stuff. Now, you guys, big tour, massive tour about to come up. Everyone always talks about, all the different dates and all that's going. What are you most looking forward to that's not show related?
Oh God, everything else we're going to get up to. I mean, some of us have been friends for a very, very long time. We've grown up together and we have spent a lot of time on tour with each other over the last couple of years as well, just here in Australia. So being able to cut loose, knowing that the van's there, the accommodation's over there, let's have some fun. No one has to worry about going to work the next day. No one has to worry about something else going on. This is 100% of our focus. We can enjoy it. We can go mental on stage. We can go do God knows what. I'd love to be able to say, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I have no idea. Hopefully it's some random, ridiculous touristy stuff. I mean, last time we went, I remember having a haggis burger in Scotland and just, eating the coolest food we could find and just meeting a heap of people, heap of fans, heap of bands. The whole experience is always awesome.
It's one of the greatest things ever touring. It's what I always want to do all the time. So if someone tomorrow was like, hey, do you want to jump on tour with us and just do the t-shirts? I'm like, yeah, I do. I really do want to do that because there's something about being in a van and just traveling and being with your mates and having a laugh and
exactly.
It's the freedom of it as well.
100%.
Some of the best things I know for me personally that have happened on tour have been completely unplanned and random roadside stops or, some of the most meaningful stuff as well. So that's awesome. 100%. Now, I always round things up with these with a bit of like a quick fire question type thing.
Sure.
So I'll run through just very basic sort of stuff. Doesn't have to be straight off the top of your head. You can expand on them if you want. Some of them aren't easy to answer for musicians. So we always start with, who's your favorite band?
Oh, that's the hardest one.
Exactly.
My favorite bands to listen to are any of the Slash and Miles Kennedy stuff. I'm a big Alter Bridge fan. I've been blasting Youngblood's new album a lot at the moment. Yeah. It's a ripper piece, start to finish. And a lot of the new wave of classic rock bands that we've kind of gotten to play with or at least see or we're overseas, bands like the New Roses and Massive Wagons and Kiss and Dynamite and lots of those guys as well. Like, yeah, I'm really into that more modern stuff. I've listened to all the old stuff and the classics a billion times, and now I get really excited by new stuff.
I completely agree with you. Yeah, we grew up with that stuff, and while it's always still going to be there for us, hearing that new thing is, when it hits, it hits. There's nothing like it. Mate, what would be your most underrated Australian band?
There's so many of the bands that are playing around at the moment in the kind of scene that we're in, from the guys like Dangerous Curves here in Melbourne, Wicked Things up in Sydney, Big Red Fire Truck with all their glammy fun stuff is awesome. I'm a big fan of guys like Shotgun Mistress and even some of the young guys coming up like Munro and Love Bite, Howling Mountain. There's just so many awesome bands in Australia at the moment coming up, and need some more people in there to see them.
And I always encourage people, go out to your local shows. You'll see world-class bands for a local price. And that's
you can have a beer with them afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's amazing being able to, see a band when they're just starting out, when they're really killing it still. Yeah, I've got goosebumps thinking about it. There's something amazing about that when you get that experience. Like, who are these guys? Where have they come from? And when are they playing next? Yeah, awesome, mate. What would be your favorite gig you've ever attended?
Or it'd be a toss up. I went and saw Slash and Miles at High Sense Arena here in Melbourne with Rose Tattoo. I think for maybe the second or third time they came out as a group. I think it was the Apocalyptic Love Tour. That was just an incredible show, start to finish. I saw Buck Cherry.
Oh, amazing.
I want to say they had the Art from Sydney back when they were kicking around, and Richie Ramone.
Oh yeah,
was I think in the Gershwin room at the Elpee.
Oh wow.
And this I think might have been when Buck Cherry was doing the Confessions tour or something. It wasn't too, I mean, 10, 15 years ago, but it was the Gershwin room with an international band. It was insane.
Yeah, that is awesome.
But even like a lot of the local shows we've been to, some of the album launches we've attended where bands really step it up and kick it off to another level. I mean, the first local gig we ever went to was an album launch for a band we were friends with called The Deep End way back in like 2013 or something like that. And just experiencing what a local gig could be like for the first time was then we got introduced to after parties at Cherry Bar.
Oh mate, I've many nights I've forgotten at Cherry Bar. So
same.
Yeah, it's good times though. Mate, what would be your dream gig?
Oh, some of these.
Like, if you could have like any 5 bands, any genres, wouldn't matter, and you get to be on the lineup.
Oh, a lot of the bands I've already mentioned. I'd love to play with Slash and Miles. I'd love to play with the New Roses. I'd love to play with Massive Wagons. Even in Australia, we played with the Screaming Jets many years ago, and I'd love to do a run of shows with them. It was so much fun.
Lovely guys as well.
Awesome dudes. Yeah, I ran into them at Cherry years later, and they still recognized me and started buying me drinks. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I mean, you can name the biggest of the big, and I'd love to support Queen or
all that
kind of stuff. But yeah, any of those bands that kind of mean something. Extreme, Mr. Big, all those guys that have massive impact on me, to be able to play and open for them, and grab a bunch of them and chuck them on a lineup. I think it'd be a bloody good night.
I'd love to play a festival in Japan with Mr. Big because I know how massive they are there.
Huge.
Yeah, that would be amazing just to experience that, just to go see them play over there.
Yeah, I saw them in Extreme here in Melbourne, and that would probably be another one of my favourite gigs. That was such a good show.
I can imagine that would have been amazing. Mate, if you could have any collab, whether that be you playing for somebody else or somebody else coming over and playing with you guys, what would it be?
Oh,
again, it's such a hard one.
It is. The first one that comes to mind, funnily enough, would be someone like Lizzie Hale.
Oh yeah.
Or Dorothy. Get that kind of one of our songs. If we get something a bit bluesier, in my case, or a bit heavier with Lizzie or something like that, and get that kind of female voice coming in as well, it'd just be awesome. We'd be able to, put out lyrics and stuff that we might not be able to get away with a little hairy Italian dude singing out the front. So we'd be able to explore a bunch of really cool stuff doing something like that. That's the first one that came to mind.
That is awesome. I love that. I think that's amazing. For me, I think even like I'd love to jam with the Runaways back in the day. Like a young Joan Jett, and amazing. But I'm like a punk rock kid from way back in the day. So mate, huge tour coming up, new album. You've got so much stuff happening. This is your chance just to plug, promote anything you guys want. What have you got going on? Well, the new album is out. There's vinyls, there's CDs, we've got shirts, we've got stubby holders, we've got all of it in our merch shop. If you jump on our website, it's all there. If you're people in the UK or Europe, shoot them a message, get them to a show. Yeah. We're doing Australian shows when we get back. There's already a few of them happening in Sydney. The first thing we're doing when we get back is playing a Rock Hard Festival in Adelaide, which is going to be fantastic with The Paw and Avalanche and a whole bunch of other bands. And come to a show. If you see our stuff on socials, comment, say g'day,
Share our stuff. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're constantly waging war on an algorithm. Please interact with us online. Help us spread the word a little bit.
I love that. And I've got a lot of people that watch this that are from like Germany and the UK. So you guys get out there. There'll be links below to everything. I'll also have all the tour dates in the comments as well, in the bio. So check all of that out. Make sure you guys go out and see these guys play. Show them some love. If you do go see them, tell them I sent you. Tell them Killer told you to come along. So, and make sure you do go up and like have a chat with these guys. It's one of the best things as a musician for me, myself. I love after getting off stage and being able to talk to the fans and hang out and have that connection. So, get out there, see these guys play. Mango, thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate it.
No, thanks so much, Killer. It's been fun.
Have an amazing tour. And, maybe when you get back, we'll have a chat again and see how the tour went.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, fuck yeah, mate. Beautiful. Fantastic, mate. We have an excellent day, and I appreciate your time today. And I'll talk to you next time.
Talk to you then.
Cheers, mate. Now.